Power to the people. Power to the people. Power to the people. Once again, I would like to welcome, or really, at this point, I would like to thank Sister Cynthia McKenna for setting foot in Newark, New Jersey. We gave her a hero's welcome in Newark because she's a people's hero. She has taken many just stands at the risk of her life, at the expense of her economic well-being, and we appreciate that. We just wish we had more members of Congress that had the backbone of Cynthia McKenna. She is a freedom fighter. We thank her for coming. And yes, we did collect. It might not sound like a whole lot of money to y'all, but it was the most money we've ever collected at a single program, and it wasn't planned. It was a general love offering for the work that she has done over the years. So we say in the People's Organization for Progress that we must continue the work of Cynthia McKenna. We say, long live Sister Cynthia McKenna. And you know, the powers that be and the reactionaries on all sides, I mean, when you take a stand for justice, you pay a price. And quite frankly, I think we would have done well to have had Cynthia McKenna continue in Congress. I think we would have done very well. I don't think it was a mistake or something wrong for her to sit in the Congress. In fact, I think that's a challenge to the progressive movement to send more people like Cynthia McKenna to Congress. This is one of the challenges we're facing. But because of her progressive stance, reactionary forces from all sides came at her with a direct frontal attack and took her out not once but twice out of her seat in Congress. Now they thought that Cynthia McKenna would simply shrivel up and disappear from public life. They don't understand that by taking her out of Congress, they have made her a stronger voice in the movement today. So the question is, what do we do faced with the challenges of today? Brothers and sisters, we say U.S. out of Libya, not simply because this is an illegal and unjust attack on Libya, but because this is an attempt to recolonize Africa, and we must oppose it. And if it were only that, it would be one issue, but what we are facing today in the world is the fundamental and diametric two poles face us today that are in diametric opposition to one another. One pole wants to use the world's resources for the development and uplift of humanity. The other pole wants to steal the world's resources for the enrichment of less than 1% of the world's population. We pledge that we will devote ourselves to building a movement so that the world's resources can be used for the world's people. And in Newark, New Jersey, how are we going to do that on the ground? We have started a people's campaign for jobs, peace, equality, and justice. And we have pledged demonstrations not once a month, not once a week, but we go back to the wells of our history and we look down the long corridor of history and we look at Montgomery, Alabama in 1955. People had no cell phones, no iPods, no PCs, no laptops, but they mounted a 381-day bus boycott that broke the back of Jim Crow segregation. And we have pledged ourselves to fight for a national jobs program, for jobs for all at a living wage, an end to the wars in Iraq, Afghanistan, and Libya, universal health care for all, an affordable education, college education for all of our young people. And we will demonstrate. In fact, we are already in the 31st day of consecutive demonstrations, and we pledge